Hello students, welcome to Triveni Memorial Senior Secondary School online classes. Today we are going to start chapter 2 using data entry tools of unit 2 data entry and keyboarding skills of class 9. In this chapter we are going to learn about the tools related to data entry in a computer. So we all know that in order to communicate with each other, we use thoughts, we use a language, and we use different mediums to communicate, like through writing, drawing, painting, sketching, dancing, and conversing. But nowadays the technology have become so much advanced that we are able to communicate with the help of computer system. A computer system is a smart machine, but it lacks its brain and works on the instruction provided to it by the user. These instructions are given as input and the result is produced as the output. So all of you know that the computer works on the input process output cycle. Now we will learn how the computer takes the input and how it works upon it. So first of all we have keyboard and keyboarding skills. When we talk about the keyboard and the keyboarding skills, so keyboard is a basic input device that is used to enter the data by pressing the keys on the keyboard. And when we talk about touch typing, it is a method of typing without the use of the sense of sight. That is, we are not looking at the keys but only just we know the position of the keys and we can type any word or sentence. So we learn about this. First of all, let us learn about the different keys on the keyboard. So here you can see the picture of keyboard where the different types of keys are shown to you. On the keyboard we have total 104 keys and we have different types of keys like function keys, toggle keys, alphabet keys, special keys, navigation keys, and so many other keys. So let us discuss them one by one. First of all, we have the alphanumeric keys. So there are total 26 alphabets from A to Z and they are not present in the alphabetical order on the keyboard. That is a QWERTY keyboard. So in this all the alphabets are arranged at different places. So we have to learn what is the position of a particular alphabet. After that we have the numeric keypad. So the numeric keypad has 0 to 9 total 10 keys and with the help of that we can have the numbers typed on the screen. So numeric keypad, one is above the alphabet keys and one is to the right side of the keyboard. So in order to access the keyboard to the right side we have to press the numlock key. After that we have the punctuation keys which you see in your keyboard, or you can see the special character keys, like if you have to put a semicolon or a full stop or comma or parenthesis. So these are known as the special character keys. After that we have the different function keys, that is from F1 to F12, which are used to perform different functions by the keyboard. Next we have special keys like escape, print screen, tab, delete. So these keys are used for the different working as per our requirement. Next we have page up and page down keys, and then we have the arrow keys which are also known as the navigation keys. If we want to move to left, right, up and down of a page, so we can make use of the navigation keys. Next we have the combination keys like the control, alt, delete. These keys work in combination with the other keys to perform a particular function. Like we use control plus A shortcut key to select our whole page. And then we have some of the toggle keys which once pressed become on and again pressed become off. Like if we press the caps lock key the first time it is on, we are able to type the capital letters, and the second time we press it again, then it becomes off and again the letters become small. So here in the table given we have the different types of keys which tell us the function of the different keys. Like first we have the Windows key. You must have seen a Windows is made of the key on the keyboard, and it opens the start menu. If you just press the Windows key, the start menu which is there on your computer, it will open where the all programs and other options are there. Then we have the menu key. It looks like a cursor pointing to a menu. It performs a function like right click to open the shortcut menu, and it is found in some Windows oriented keyboard. Similarly, we have the escape key at the extreme left side of the keyboard at the top, which help us to come out of the current process. Then we have the tab key which help us to give 5 spaces by default, and spacebar key, as all of you know, it gives space between the word, and it is the longest key on the keyboard. Similarly, backspace key is used to erase a character to the left side of the screen, and the delete key is used for deleting the text to the right side, that is one character to the right side. Then we have the enter key, which help us to bring the cursor to the next line, and print screen, which help us to take the screenshot of the work which we are currently doing on the monitor. So these are the different types of keys on the keyboard which we have learned. Next we have other keys also, like page up, page down, home, and home key. Now home key is available at the right side of the keyboard, which help us to move to the first character. The cursor, it brings the cursor to the first character of the text which we have written. Similarly, and brings it to the cursor up, that is end key brings the cursor to the end of the document or the screen. Same way we have the different keys, they are working in shown here, just you can read this properly. After that we have the home row keys. All the keys which we have discussed, this you must have read in the earlier classes also. Next we have is the home row keys. So here you can see the picture. In this picture what is shown here is the 4 fingers of the left and the right hand are placed on the different keys on the keyboard. Like the left hand is placed on A, S, D, F, and the right hand fingers are placed on J, K, L, and semicolon. So these are the home row keys of the left and the right hand. What is the meaning of home row keys? Home row keys are those keys which are placed on the keyboard when we are not typing. Like if we are learning typing, so the first position where we place our fingers is A, S, D, F, and J, K, L, semicolon. So these are known as home row keys. Second is guide keys. You must have seen that on the keyboard on F and J key, below them a small dash is there or hyphen sign is there. If you touch it, you can feel it also. So F and J are known as guide keys, which help us to guide to move on to the different positions of the keyboard. Next we have the guide for typing. That is, if you are typing, then it shows a cursor. Like if you are typing in MS Word, so in the document area it will show you one cursor on the blank page. So cursor shows that the cursor is a small blinking line. So the cursor shows that this is the point from where you have to start typing. As soon as you start typing, the cursor will move after that particular letter. If you want to delete or just erase any letter, you can use the backspace key or the delete key to delete a character to the left or right side respectively. Then we have the positioning of fingers on the keyboard. Now in this picture you have been shown here that how you have to position the fingers. So here we have the different position of the fingers, like we have learned about the home row keys, and here it is shown the position of the index finger and the middle finger and the other fingers. Like here you can see the 4 fingers are placed on ASDF and the others will be placed on JKL semicolon, and our thumb should be placed on the space bar. If we want to move to any of the place after the space bar, we can make use of the fingers or the space bar as per our requirement. Next topic is typing and deleting the text. So first of all, you have to place the cursor where you want to type. Suppose you have typed 2 lines and now you want to type to the next page. So you have to bring the cursor to the next line using the enter key. And as soon as your cursor comes to the particular place where you want to type, you have to press the letters on the keyboard according to the text to be typed. And then you have to use the spacebar key to give the space between the words. And next is deleting the text in a document. If you make a mistake while typing, just there in a way to rectify it easily, you can delete the particular letter using the delete key, or you can use the backspace key for that purpose. Next is typing the capital letters. So in case we want to type the capital letters, we know that we can make use of the caps lock key. And as soon as you press the caps lock key, all the letters which you will type, they will come in capital letters. And another way to type in capital letters is hold the shift key and press any letter with it. That is, press any letter in combination with the shift key. That particular letter will come in the capital. Like if I press shift and B together, so B will come in the capital letter. And normally if you are pressing, other letter will come as a small letters. Next we have is typing the numbers. So when we are typing the numbers, that is done with the help of numeric keys from 0 to 9, which are above the alphabet keys, and that is to the right side of the keyboard also. But for to access that particular keyboard, you have to just press the numlock key so that all the keys there should be working. Next we have is typing the symbols, punctuation marks or special characters. Now the numeric keys which are above the alphabet keys, you must have seen there are some symbols marked on those keys, like @ symbol is there, question mark is there, multiplication sign is there. So if that type of symbols you want, so you have to press the shift key. Along with that you have to press the numeric key above the alphabet keys. So that type of punctuation marks comes with the help of combination of the shift key and the number keys. Next we have typing the sentences and the paragraph. So if we want to type the sentence or the paragraph, generally when we are typing a line, we use the spacebar key to just write down and to give the space between the two words. And if we want to make it as a paragraph or an essay, so we have to press the enter key the number of times the way we want it. Suppose we want one paragraph to be completed, after that we want to start the next paragraph, so you can press the enter key, again press the enter key, so there it will show a gap of at least 2 lines, right? Now when we are typing, there are some rules to be followed while typing. First of all, the first rule is we should make use of all the fingers. Like when we are typing, it should not be such that we are typing only with one hand. We should type with both the hands. And as we have learned the position in the last page, that our home row keys, the fingers should be placed on the home row keys while we are not typing. So you have to make use of all the fingers. That is, all the 10 fingers should be in use when you are typing. Second is proper positioning. Proper positioning means the position of your fingers on the keyboard should be proper. If you are making use of the different fingers for the different letters, then you may not be able to learn the touch typing properly. So in order to learn the touch typing properly, you need to place your fingers at the proper positions on the keyboard. Next you have is proper posture. Proper posture is very important when you are working on a computer. Your posture should be proper. That is, the position of the body should be straight. That will help you to improve, and there will be not much strain on your body parts. So in order to have the proper posture, some of the points are given which need to be taken care of when you are working on the computer. First point is, always remember to keep your back straight. Whenever you are working on the computer, your back should be straight, and keep your elbows at the right angle. Your elbows should be at the right angle, and face the screen with your head slightly tilted forward so that it does not create a strain on the neck. And there should be at least 20 to 30 inches of distance between your eyes and the computer. This proper distance should be maintained so that there is no strain on the eye. And next thing is, the optimum height of the tabletop or the keyboard rod is 28 to 30 inches, right? And the chair and the table height should be chosen to be exposed to the shoulder so that there is not much gap, and the correct posture is being maintained while typing. So these are some of the points which you need to keep in mind. You can see the figure here that this is the person who is typing. He is lying on the chair and then he is typing. And here you can see one person who is sitting here. This is the correct posture while working on computer. There should be a gap of 20 to 30 inches between your eyes and the computer. Back should be straight. So this is the right way to work, and this is the wrong way to work on the computer. So this way we should not work, and this is wrong way. It may create a strain on your muscles, and it may harm your other body parts as well. So next we have is the pointing device. Pointing device is an input device which helps us to point to an object on the computer screen. It can help us to drag any item from the screen. It can help us to point to or select any icon on the computer screen. So here we have the basic pointing device as the mouse. We have other pointing devices also like joystick, trackball. So mouse is a basic input device which is a pointing device and used to select and move the items on the screen. So you can see here the picture of the mouse. There are two buttons in the mouse. One is the left button and the right button. And the wheel in between the two buttons is known as scroll wheel. If we rotate the wheel, it helps us to move the page up and down. The index finger is placed on the left mouse button and the middle finger is placed on the right mouse button. It can help us to increase or decrease the size of the images. It can help us to select any item. It can help us to right click and open the shortcut, open the context menu and choose any option from there. It also helps us to draw the pictures in MS Paint or other graphical softwares. Next we have is mouse pointer. So when we talk about the mouse pointer, When you move the mouse on the screen, a small arrow also moves on the screen, that is known as the mouse pointer. So we have different types of mouse. Basically we have three types of mouse. First is our mechanical mouse. The mouse which you see here in the picture, this is a mechanical mouse where you see a rolling rubber ball is there under the case of the mouse, and the movement of the pointer is controlled by the ball. As you move the ball upwards, the pointer will move upwards. As you move it in any direction, accordingly the pointer will move in that direction. Next we have is optomechanical mouse. So when we talk about the optomechanical mouse, it is similar to the mechanical mouse but uses the optical sensors to detect the motion of the ball. So it uses the optical sensor. And next we have is optical mouse. So optical mouse works on the principle of the laser light, and it has a laser light in it which help us to control the movement of the pointer on the screen. After that we have the next topic, which is the common mouse action, that is which actions can be performed with the help of mouse. So when we are working with the mouse, we can have the different actions, like we can click or we can simply click on the left button. When we click any item on the screen, like we have the MS Word icon, that particular software gets selected. Then we have the double click. So double click help us to just open that particular file, and right clicking on the particular software or program will help us to open the context menu or its properties, which can be changed by selecting the required option. Then we have the drag and drop method. So drag and drop will help us to move any icon from one place to another and drop it at a particular place. Next we have the scroll wheel, which is help us to move the page up down as per our requirement. And then we have the selecting the thing, that is blocking is another way of selecting the text, that is it is used to select the text that needs to be edited or formatted, so that can be selected with the help of the mouse. So these are the different operations by the mouse. Next we are going to start the question answers. So the first question says, which are the home row keys? So we have learned that home row keys are those keys on the keyboard which we put our fingers on when we are not typing. For the left hand, the home row keys are A, S, D and F, and for the right hand, the home row keys are J, K, L and semicolon. Next question is, why it is important to maintain a proper posture while working on a computer? It is important to maintain a proper posture when you are working on the computer, so that there is no muscle strain, there is no muscle load on your body, and there is no eye strain, so that all your body parts movement or their functioning is not hampered due to the bad posture while sitting on the computer. Next is, what is a pointing device? What is it used for? So just now we have learned about the pointing device. That pointing device is a device, that is it is an input device which helps us to select or drag or move any item on the computer screen. So it is used for these purposes only, moving, selecting and dragging. And the last question is, what is the difference between the mechanical mouse and the optical mouse? So we have learned that in the mechanical mouse we have a rubber ball under the case which helps in the movement of the mouse pointer. But in the case of optical mouse, we have the laser beam which detects the movement of the mouse pointer. If you see below the mouse, you will see a red color light or any other light. So it shows that it works on the laser beam. So these are the question answers of this chapter. We have covered the chapter number 2 of unit 2. I hope you have understood the topics discussed in this chapter. Take care of yourself. Thank you, students.